Good evening, everyone. This is Shinjiro over at Shaba's Ravine Fight Club, and I am joined by my partner in crime, Kelly Drifter.
Hey, what's up,
And
everyone?
I think, ironically, if I think about it from the way I'm facing, you're still on my left, just much, much further away than usual. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, yeah, he's still on my left. Um,
Uh,
oh, do you have your mic? Do you have audio?
do I have what? Was my audio coming through from my
Hold on, it was my
what's
audio
it called?
coming through. I was like, that was weird. I was like, why am I hearing myself on delay?
Oh, on your YouTube. Yeah, you have to mute the.
I forgot to mute YouTube. I was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Damn rookies. But good evening, everyone.
Like,
So this is going to be our first of hopefully many live chat, live casts. I guess we're calling them for now. We might get more. We might call something different later on. We're not that creative. Let's be honest.
we're doing okay.
Yeah, we're working with what we got here, which ain't much. We'll be honest. Um, I'm hoping the YouTube chat is actually working. I kind of watched a YouTube video, 30 seconds ago on how to do this to see if it shows up live on the stream. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Um, so with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to our introductions, I guess, and let people know what it is that we're actually planning to accomplish here. So let me bust out ye old PowerPoint. This is going to be a death by PowerPoint stream, like most of them that we're going to be doing probably is. And here we go. Let me get PowerPoint loaded. And I have way too many windows open. Hold on. Definitely gonna have to work on this desktop setup I'm using here because this is way more complex than I'm used to. So 129, 2026, our first ever live chat. Hopefully we're gonna start doing more. I mean, we'd like to do them once a week. Schedule's dependent though. We will see what happens. What you guys can expect from us doing these is we're gonna talk about various things. We are gonna try to talk about whatever video it is that we uploaded this particular week. We do have videos at least once a week going up. We're also going to try to cover, we're Dodger fans, so we're going to talk Dodger news, obviously, unfortunately, and general baseball news and other hobby stuff. And we're also going to try to do a like Dodger of the stream. So we're going to pick one, and we'll talk about him at the end, along with like an extra inning segment where we'll just, respond to chat and rant. Our hope is that this remains somewhat interactive. So while we're having our discussion and talking, we do love talking to each other, but we also like having random people pop in and give comments. Um, we also welcome feedback. If audio sucks, something doesn't look
Very much
right,
so.
you have things that we can improve. We'd love to hear it. Just be gentle. Let's have constructive feedback. Don't tell us we suck. We already know that.
Yeah, a little soft petting, please.
Yeah, right. So first, I
Uh,
guess we never really, whether on YouTube or on Instagram. Actually, you know what? Let me
mm,
put our Instagram. Um, Let me actually add our Instagram link to the chat for people who don't have it. And you can always look at that later and you can see we have our updates and various things on there, so you'll be able to see that. But anyways, so what we are hoping to do with these, besides talking and stuff, and or actually, but I'm sorry, getting sidetracked. So one thing I like to do, since this is our first one, is let's talk about. We never really discussed where we came up with the name on our logo and
oh,
stuff like
okay.
that.
Yeah.
So let me proceed. Oh, I love that graphic. Good job, PowerPoint. So as you guys know, if you followed us or just hopped on here, we are known as Chavez Ravine Fight Club. There's obviously a Dodgers reference in there, but I don't know. Do you want to explain how we sort of came up with that name?
Um, it was a long process, that's for sure.
Yeah,
We had been throwing around quite a few things, but we just kind of kept coming back to Fight Club as the or Chavez Ravine Fight Club as the name of our channels. Uh, and we kind of want to use that as we kind of want to flip it, right? Like we don't want people to think of like Dodger fans as like the terrible fans that people say we are. We want to kind of fight that stigma.
yeah. So it's kind of like a joke, right?
Yeah.
Like people will see. oh, Fight Club, all these guys are just going to be a bunch of knuckleheads, whatever. We're actually not. I won't say what you and me were like in our high school years. We are much older and mellower now.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, we had a bunch of names. We're trying to keep it kind of Dodger-esque, I guess was one way to put it.
Hmm.
But being a little more tongue in cheek, and that's kind of what we came up with. I mean, I forget the other names we had, but like you said, we kept coming back to this one because it was funny
Yeah.
and it had kind of that hidden message. Because as people watch our videos and listen to us chat, they'll realize we're not aggressive at all.
It's like the most mellow Dodger podcast on the net.
Yeah. And I did was on Kingdoms breaks. I
Hmm.
I inadvertently logged in as our channel instead of my own personal, and everyone's
Oh,
like, "Charles being
did you
Fight
really?
Club." It's like, "What are you guys a Fight Club?" I'm like, "We don't talk about that."
The first rule
Yeah, exactly.
and
The
the
first rule,
second.
yeah, the only rule. So, yeah, I mean that's kind of basically where we came, and our purpose was to just, rip some cards. We're not breakers, we're rippers, right? Now that doesn't mean we won't never done a break. We actually started doing breaks for uh, Yellow Brick Road breaks, or I think they're Yellow Brick Road Card Club now, is what they go
Mhm.
by. And you'll see some of our videos on the channel from when we did breaks for them. But we're mostly rippers. We don't rip only baseball. If you looked at our videos, we've done what hockey, White Schwartz, what FGO, Grill League
Yeah,
cards.
a little bit of everything except for tennis, F1,
Oh, hockey. Oh no, football. We haven't done football yet, or
football. We haven't
basketball.
done football yet. Yeah,
Yeah,
basketball we haven't done,
I
but
think
we've
for
done
those,
Magic,
I think for
Pokemon.
those, it's that we just don't know enough about those yet.
Yeah.
I mean, I collected them when I was a kid, but with all the licensing weirdness that's going on right now, I'm not really sure
Mhm.
what's the one to get. And then maybe I'll get or dip our toes in some breaks or something because on the Kingdom Discord, Card Swap is doing like football breaks, so I might try to maybe dip my toe into one of those, right?
That'll be cool.
Yeah, but yeah, we just do that. Um, it's gonna be mostly cards, I think. We'll probably do a couple other things maybe further down the road. Um, we did have our friend Fish on for a couple videos. We hope to bring even more friends on for videos, including whether they're ripping with us or just riding shotgun and telling Kelly he has beautiful hands, whatever.
Hit the beautiful hands, man.
Yeah. Oh, and I'll bring that up too. Like, you guys might have noticed that as far as our rip videos go, Callie is the one leading the show because he is, between the two of us, admittedly, he has the more beautiful hands. When it comes to the streams, though, or these live chats, including the World Series watch alongs we did, I'm leading the show. And that's more of a logistics thing than anything else. But it's become funny how that worked its way out, right? This is
Yeah.
just the way we're doing things now. You know what? So let me digress. Let me go to talk about some of the logo itself and some of the Easter eggs. I designed this myself with the
Yeah,
approval
he
of
did.
Kelly.
he- Yeah, you did an amazing job on this thing, dude. Like,
So of
I
course
still
it's
can't believe like this is our logo.
it's the CRFC. For our name. The band-aids are because, for those who are Dodger fans, there's always injuries, like just nonstop. I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
Part of that, part of that is Andrew Friedman loves like fragile pitchers. That's a way to put it. He just
It
loves them.
shows the team depth.
Yeah, that's why we have like 20 starters because we expect like 80% of them to go down during the season. But that's the beginning of the logo. Of course, comes laser. You guys see, oh, laser pointer. Oh, there it is. So here in the middle,
Mhm.
the little pad for the band-aids is a baseball diamond. Kind of hard to see. The logo is usually pretty small, but you can see that that's definitely a home plate shape there. And then we have
Yeah.
the other three bases. And then um, happy accident, is making these vents or whatever they are on a band-aid. Decided to go 9 dots, and because there's 9 guys on a team, right, on the field. And then
Yep.
also, as a happy accident, because we have 4 of them, you could say it's Major League Club, Triple A, Double A, and A ball. And because we do actually follow the minor leagues for the Dodgers as well.
Yeah. We are in Southern California, so we are in sort of the mecca of minor league baseball, especially where I live.
Yeah, because there's 4 teams by you now?
Yeah, 4 teams.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's cool. So that's that's a general introduction for those who are new to the channel or have been watching some of our videos and not really sure, you know, where this all came from and why we do this. And we're not really doing this with any kind of big aspirations. We're kind of doing it for fun, you know.
Yeah.
We're kind of inspired by all of our other friends, like mostly breakers we become friends with over how long have we been back in the baseball cards? Since
Oh
23?
man, yeah, like the end of 23, I think.
Yeah. Essentially right before the World Series in
Yeah, they
24.
basically shoved us. They shoved us into it.
Yeah. I mean, I had bought cards. We both bought cards when we were kids or younger.
Mm-hmm.
And then we bought more. I would buy some here and there. Like I bought the 2020 World Series set. I bought a few Topps Now cards. I had bought, random packs at Walgreens, CVS, whatever. If I saw them, like, oh, let me, get some baseball cards just for fun. And it never sucked me in though until for whatever reason 23 we both got dragged back in, kicking and screaming.
Yeah, I don't wanna.
And now here we are, right? We never thought we'd be doing
Dang it.
breaks for initially, and then rips, and having a YouTube channel and all this other good stuff. It's fun.
Yeah, it really is. Like, just I mean, I guess our message, like the message in that is that just do what you enjoy. Like
Yeah,
it makes us. Well, I know it makes me extremely happy just to have like a little surprise. I'm always, admittedly, the one that gets shafted.
it seems like it, right? Yeah,
Yeah, like Shinjiro's always getting like autographs and like really cool relics, or I don't even. I think there was a bit of a slideshow at the front. And the very first card was your aces, all aces
yeah, the
Otani.
Otani all aces. Yeah,
Yeah. So like, yeah, that's not like the best card that I've pulled so far was the update. I think that I pulled that Brian Hayes
oh, patch auto. Yeah,
Cachado.
yeah,
Yeah,
that thing is sweet.
it is. Admittedly, it is pretty cool.
Yeah,
It's sitting over there over my
and you
shoulder
have a
right now.
101 Gary Sheffield, don't you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's what, like the newspaper article one that
was
like
it an
came out
auto
in
or just?
season one. No auto.
Oh, okay, okay.
I
It's still
wish
a
that would be
101.
cool.
A 101 still a 101. So
Yeah,
you know.
the only one in the world.
Oh yeah, it's a background.
You
Like
hear
when we
me
do our
here?
rip videos, the product we buy, no one's donating stuff to us. We're not ripping for someone else. Though I think with the fish video, we did open his box that one time. Um, and so
Yeah,
that's
we
why
did.
like you'll hear us kind of talk about that, like, oh, you got some good cards because it's one of our boxes, either his or mine, right? Or packs or whatever they are. So,
Yeah, it'll be something that we split between the two of us that we've agreed
yeah,
to splitting or whatever. Like how you used to do like back in school with the
yeah.
homies. You'd go in on a hobby box and all right, rock paper scissors. Who gets the
Well, I don't know about your homies.
who
My
gets
homies didn't have the kind of money, so they would mostly buy
who
like
gets the best
4 or 5 packs, and hey, we'll trade with each other, or I want this team.
Yeah, true. Well, I mean, if you got enough homies together, you could potentially get a whole box, or at least pick like 2 packs from a hobby box or
Yeah,
something like that.
back when packs were like $1.50.
Nothing. Yeah. Like
Dollar.
nothing. Wish
That
they
was
still were a dollar.
a very long
Dang.
time ago. I mean, junk wax still is if you know where to search around. We've been able to
Oh,
to,
that's
to find a
yeah,
few.
that's very true. Yeah.
So with
Yeah,
that being
like
said,
the
oh,
Mhm.
sorry. I was gonna say let's talk about the video this week too. So we're talking about rips and what we did.
Oh yeah, that was a fun video
Oh yeah. So
for many different reasons.
so here we go. We did. I think it was 6 bags plus a bunch of packs that were taken off the bags for us already because to make shipping easier from Japan. 2025 MPB Calbee potato chip cards. So in Japan, Calbee had baseball cards with potato chips. We classically had them with gum or way further back tobacco, right?
Right. Yeah, yeah. Man,
And it was quite the adventure for Kelly.
like you they put some super glue on these bags. Like go watch me struggle like trying to pull that
Oh, we can show
card
right
off
now.
of that bag of chips cuz it's
Like his hands are shaking. and it's not because he's
like
excited for a big hit.
yeah, like we don't even know, we didn't even know what was in these so far. Like once we got them,
Yeah,
and there's some pretty cool cards, but yeah, like this is like I'm really putting effort into trying to get this thing off.
yeah, you're not screwing around because you can hear
And this is
grunting and
like
like, yeah,
the back half when I actually do like pop it off.
yeah.
But like there's like another like a good minute of me struggling to get this thing off
And like, you're like,
without damaging the
yeah, you're
cards.
like moving it around. Like, okay, what is there a good angle to get on this, or is there a trick?
I was like trying to like bet it. Like, ooh, let's start a missionary doggy. No, you don't like that? Okay. One leg up? No.
And I remember this too. Like, these used to be available in the States at Japanese markets when I was younger. And I'd buy them occasionally just because, oh, it's cool. It's baseball cards and potato chips, right? But
Right.
yeah, I remember like even back then, I was like, this glue is insane. Like, I would just cut them off. Of course, back then, I was like in my teens or whatever, so it was a little different than it is now. But it was still just brutal.
Yeah. Well, it's like you were saying in the video though, like they have to do that so that they don't fall off when they're being shifted around in the
Oh yeah,
store
because these,
or
these are sold in
when
like
they're being
convenience
placed on
stores,
display.
right? Like convenience
Yeah.
in Japan, so they're gonna be manhandled by people stocking shelves, and kids are gonna grab them. You can't have just packs falling off, right? And I think was it 2 cards per pack? Yeah, 2 cards per pack. Um, we got some cool ones like some facsimile autos. They were it was interesting because I forgot that they were smaller.
Yeah, that was really cool too.
Yeah,
And I like that they put them in there, but they're also kind of like plastic.
yeah.
It
They're not
doesn't
they're
feel like they're cardboard.
they're not
So
just
if they
straight
if you
that card material. It's almost like they're laminated or something, right?
yeah, so if you I mean if you're gonna fold them in half, obviously there's gonna be a crease. But if
Yeah,
you like happen to rip the thing off, it should potentially just go back to
yeah.
its
Which is what we did
original flat
for
shape. Yeah.
because none of them were damaged really. I've got this
Mm-mm.
Mr. and Mrs. Roy who got us these chips. She took off like she didn't want to ship 20 bags of potato chips, right? So she said, we'll keep some of the chips and she'll take the packs off. And I think she said one of them, she's like, oh no, it was really hard to get off and I may have bent it, but we didn't have, none of them were bent, you
No,
know?
when once we opened them, and I think it was the one that like we saw, or in the video you see one that there's a bag that's like kind of torn. That I think that's the one that she
Yeah.
took
But
off.
they
But
were
like
all
the cards are
perfect
fine.
shape. Plus they have rounded corners too, which helps,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Now if uh if you all want to dabble in some NPB cards, you got to take into account that they are a little thicker than the American cards.
Well, the
We
tops one
found out.
specifically, yeah.
Yeah, we found
Yeah.
that out the hard way.
Yeah. We ran out of top loaders in a hurry doing some of those NPB breaks for YPRP.
Because they're like what are they like 55?
They're somewhere between. Like they're bigger than
Yeah,
35,
it's
but
like a
not
weird.
quite
Yeah,
55 because they're a little loose in the 55 point top loaders, but they're way too tight for the 35 point standards. So, and I think this is like what we're like most of them chromes too. I mean, those
yeah,
beautiful cards though, gorgeous.
yeah.
These cards too were no slouch. For being
No,
a cheap product meant for
yeah,
kids, as they should be, really.
yeah. There's some in here that kind of like if people followed I know you're not aware of it, but there's a set of cards called like Downtown for Football
Hmm.
where they're kind of like it's very splashy in the back.
Okay,
Um kind of graffiti motif, but like so it doesn't but there's a some cards in this set that are kind of very splashy like that,
yeah.
which is really, really
Like
cool
so on a
to open
scale
and see and like,
of
"Oh, damn."
flagship to tops fire, how splashy are they?
In the Calbee,
Because Topps Fire,
I'd
for
probably
the NFL, because Topps Fire is one of the most
yeah,
aggressively designed sets of all time. I love it. I know you're not a
yeah,
huge fan. I love Topps Fire.
yeah. So, so it would be like, it wouldn't be right below Topps Fire, it would be, like, maybe a hair
Okay.
like, if it's a scale of 1 to 5, it would be like a 3.5.
Okay.
Yeah, the football one, though, that's definitely like a 4.
Okay. Okay. So we're entering fire territory.
Yeah, fire is fucking it's crazy, man.
I love
I can't
fire.
like like it's cool. Like it was a cool set to see. Definitely when we opened that,
Yeah.
but I can see why people were like put off by it.
Oh, it's because like every card looks like a hit or a parallel, right? Like there's so much
Yeah,
variation
yeah,
just in the base cards was kind of confusing. Also, you got to remember it was a
yeah.
cheaper set. It was a
True.
like an entry level set. You can feel in the cards they're not necessarily thinner, but the stock is not as
Hmm.
good, right?
Yeah,
I definitely want to see the design come back.
yeah.
So
No, I would love to see the design come back, but I don't. I feel like when you have that and archive, like I would lean more towards archive, even though I hate archive.
yeah,
It's like, oh, these colors are flipped. That's a special card. Like, how am I supposed to know this on your damn 7 billion page freaking checklist
oh,
of
I know, right? Yeah,
these are the parallels?
I
Like,
mean, you really, I'm sure like going back and especially for like when we do like the random pack rips because it's like
mhm.
stuff from all years. I'm sure we've missed some pretty interesting rare or hit cards that we never noticed because of stuff like that over
Yeah,
the years, right?
yeah. People are punching air, watching it, like, oh my god, I can't believe they pulled that, and
Right. We're
we're
like,
just like, ho hum, cool,
whatever.
cool card.
Random twins card into the pile with you. But yeah, check it out, guys. Check out the Calbee. Check out the rest of our videos. We have them coming up every week. But yeah, this is definitely a lot of fun. We love like weird, not weird, but like interesting stuff. And if you've noticed on our
Yeah.
channel, you'll see that. So if anyone ever has suggestions, something that we haven't opened yet, or maybe something you want to see us open again, like I mean, I really want to try another hobby box of wacky packages MLB.
Yeah, that was sick. I love that. That one and that other one, what was the Golden Age? Is that what we opened?
Oh, Panini Golden
Or
Age, yeah.
yeah,
Or not
that was
Golden Age,
cool too.
Cooperstown with all the
Was it, oh yeah,
holiday. Yeah,
Cooperstown. Yes,
Cooperstown.
yes, yes.
We will maybe do a Golden Age coming up. I've been hunting for them on eBay. So
Yeah. Well, we definitely have something similar coming up
oh, that's true.
in the future as
Yeah.
well. So,
Okay.
and those were really cool too.
Yeah, those I think we need to find more of those ones too. You guys will have to remain in the dark until that video comes out, but it's pretty cool.
It really is,
Very auto
and it's
rich.
so, and that one is very really weird.
Yeah.
That's a really weird set too.
I will give someone a hint. I think is that the set? I think there's like a relic from Secretariat in that set,
Uh,
like a piece of his mane or
Golden
something.
Age.
No, the one
I
that
think
we
it's
opened that we haven't revealed
oh,
the name of. So
I don't. That'd be cool though. Like a
Golden Age
little
does I know have cards of Secretariat and
a
Seabiscuit
chip of
and
his like horseshoe.
no, I remember I think it's a piece of the mane, like some hair in a relic.
Oh,
It
oh,
was like really
that's
weird. Yeah.
whoa. Could I have a DNA test and be like,
Is
make me
this
some horses,
is this really Secretariat? Hey,
enlarge their hearts, please.
this is a lie. This came back as Zenyatta.
No, American Pharaoh. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
California Chrome. Yeah.
Yeah, bastards. Bob Baffert, you son of a bitch. Bob.
Oh man. Well, let's see. Let's move on to Dodger baseball talk, our favorite.
All right,
Let's see what
all
you
right.
say. So it is the off season.
Yes,
So before we get to the next slide, which would be the two biggest signings, it's been kind of a weird off season for them, right?
it has. Yeah,
It's been pretty quiet, which we kind of expect with that many guys on. I think is Kike still unsigned?
yeah. I think so.
Yeah. So I think he's still unsigned. And then who else was there? There was someone else too. Conforto's gone because they let him walk because I think he was on a 1 year contract.
Mhm.
Um, was there anything else that was kind of sticking out? It really wasn't until the craziness of like I think it started in December. There really wasn't a lot
Yeah.
going on, you know.
Well, I mean, they re-signed Miggy Rowe to like
Oh,
the
did
one
they?
year.
Oh, okay. I must have missed that
Yeah,
announcement. Okay, I know he wanted
that
one more
was
year so he could retire.
yeah, that was it.
Um,
But then they went on that like the bit of a spending spree, if you
yeah,
will.
yeah. You know, what, let's just go ahead. Let's talk
Rip
about the
the
off
band-aid
season.
off.
Yeah, let's go to the next slide. And we'll talk about the craziness of these two signings. I mean, that's unexpected.
Diaz and what's his face? Tucker.
Tucker and Edwin Diaz.
Yeah.
Edwin Diaz at first, and I think that was dated in like yeah, December 12th is the tweet from the Dodgers. Not, I don't want to say not completely unexpected. I know they were looking for a reliever. I did not expect Edwin Diaz.
Right.
Now
I I was
he is older,
I was expecting.
so that is
Yeah.
kind of line up. Older, potential injury problems, right?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
The Tucker one was another out of nowhere shot.
Yeah. But I mean, it's kind of like what they're what the vibe in the room is,
Yeah,
which is they want to come and play for the Dodgers. It's not about the sometimes it's not about the money
yeah.
because they could have gotten. I mean, especially I think Tucker could have gotten more money
Well,
in the Mets.
I think they gave him a longer term also.
Yeah,
I think it was like a 6 or 7
and
year versus the 4 years
mhm,
Dodgers. But Dodgers also added 2 opt outs. I think year two, after year two is an opt out, and year three is an opt out.
yeah. So he can
Um,
go back out and get money if he
well,
really wants to.
yeah, it's essentially like a prove it deal, though. I mean, how much you have to prove it? You're making $60 million a year, but how little is he's getting? Which is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
But whatever. But Andrew Freeman said this as much many times that look, he's not gonna stand pat any year. He said that as
Hmm.
much that he's like, if the opportunities present itself, we're gonna make an offer, right? And for the Dodgers, it is an improvement because now they get help in right field, right?
Yeah,
Teoscar did not have a great season in right field.
he did not.
Conforto's gone now, so Teoscar moved back to left, keep Pages in
Yeah,
center, and now you got Tucker in right.
yeah.
For the bullpen with
I mean
Devin
that
Diaz too, you lost um, Kirby Yates.
Yates. Mhm.
Um, Daniel Hudson retired, though he didn't pitch for them this year, but because he was injured the whole year, so he's
Mhm.
out. And then what's his name? Did not have a great season, as we all know.
Tanner Scott,
Tanner
the
Scott.
butt.
Yeah, yeah. And like the irony of like every time he has a bad outing, it's always when a Japanese pitcher's starting.
Yeah, right. And then he gets just a little bit better, and then he just falls apart again. It's like, dang
Yeah,
it.
hopefully he fixes himself. We'll see. I mean, Vesia will be back next year. I hope Gratterall comes back because he's just been kind of sitting on the bench for a year and a half now with injury.
Yeah.
Um, I think was he part of
Well,
the Kenta Maeda trade?
yeah,
Yeah,
Sheehan's coming back next year.
Gino will be back.
Ryan,
River Ryan will be back, and Gavin
uh,
Stone. Granted, they're
yeah,
not bullpen arms, but yeah, Gavin Stone I'm excited
yeah.
about.
Well,
But
come on, man, give your man River Ryan a little.
he came out like a
Shinjiro,
missile. I mean, he
yeah,
looked he looked great when he came out.
that was his dude. That was his dude after his boy Pepio left.
No, it was before River Ryan because
Or
remember
was
we
it?
traded for River Ryan. He wasn't our system
Hmm.
initially. The guy I was most excited for was Jackson Ferris,
Mm,
and he may
okay.
or may not come up this year. We'll see. Mostly because I wanted him to pitch with Bueller, so we have Ferris Bueller.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
But that my hopes and dreams were dashed. But yeah,
Daniel
I mean,
Bueller
what are we? Are we 2 weeks away
from
from pitchers
Pitchers and
catch recording?
Catchers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's coming up in a
February
hurry.
10th, I think.
Yeah, and then WBC in a month, I
Yeah.
think.
Well, I
Yeah.
think what's it called too? I think this week is early team tryouts. They're not trying out. They already signed workouts.
Tony's got tryout again every year. Can't.
Mm.
Yeah, early workouts. Oh, I know. Who was it? Was it Vassay? And then also somebody like when Kyle Tucker was doing his interview or his press conference with the Dodgers after signing, he said he was there at the stadium and he was there hanging out with I think it was Otani and Max Muncy were already working out at the stadium or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, Muncie's been there already. He's been
Yeah,
doing interviews and everything too, so
yeah. Used to be Jock or not Jock, Gavin Lux, who was always there crazy early in the season.
Yeah.
Granted, he's from Wisconsin, so it's a lot warmer here.
I miss you. I miss you, Luxy. Now that you're in,
Yeah,
he just got traded too.
they traded him again, right?
Yeah,
I have to look this up now.
I
Let's see
forget.
where's he at now?
Tampa
The
Bay, I
Rays.
think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Look how they murdered my boy.
At least he's back in a blue team's uniform.
This is true. Well, that's. Do you want to move on from our postseason talk and get to the, I guess, the random part of this, because we're just gonna talk about whatever and talk about our
Yeah.
Dodger of the chat here.
Yeah. Well, the other one was Kopech, who hasn't been re-signed, or
Oh,
I
is
think
he?
he got let.
I thought he was still in contract. Is he up? Oh, okay.
No, he was up. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And then the crazy news this week was Doc's comment about Roki not being he needs another pitch. He still needs to work on another pitch in order to become a starter again.
And I get that, because that's
But
kind of been
that's been no.
what's been saying about him since they were scouting him in Japan. If
Yeah.
he gets another out pitch, because right now he's a fastball guy.
Yeah.
But he needs another out pitch.
Yeah.
I think the one thing though that I'm a little annoyed by, and it's not Dave's fault because he's being taken out of context.
Yeah.
Is everyone's like, oh, Doc doesn't want his players to play in the WBC, and because they're taking like a snippet, right, of what he said. If you go to the interview, which is done in Japan, they asked him, essentially, do you want your guys to play in the WBC? And he says, his comment, I'm kind of paraphrasing here, but he said, as a manager, I don't want them to play because we have 2 really long seasons in a row. Not just because of the World Series, because they started early, because in 24 they played in Korea to start the season, in 25 they played in Japan, right? So their seasons were very elongated, plus being in the World Series, going to Game 7 and then going to Game 5, right? And extra innings for the other one too. So.
Well, it got So remember, technically, Game 9 was played on during Game 7, or was it Game 8? Game 8, right?
Yeah, because 18 innings was Game 3, right? Yeah. So actually 8.3 or 8.1, if I call it.
Yeah.
Because it ended 11th, But yeah, but he said, like, obviously, from that perspective, he would like them to not play. But then he follows it, but I understand how important it is to play for your country, right? And so everyone just takes that part where he goes, I'd prefer they don't play the WBC, and saying, oh, he doesn't want the Dodgers trying to block them from playing. Even Japanese media was reporting, like, the Dodgers are going to block Otani from playing. They're not going to block him from playing the WBC.
Right.
But if you ask them honestly, like, yeah, we prefer they don't, just for wear and tear.
And I think he said he would walk if that was.
I think it's in his contract for Otani.
Yeah, he had he's playing wherever he wants. Like, he could go play in, well, not in Venezuela anymore, but he could maybe Colombian League or something. I don't know.
Go back to MPB.
Mexico, Mexico Summer or something. I don't know. But yeah.
Well, that's the thing too. Is like,
KBL,
people are so concerned about WBC, but I'm like, do people forget that so many guys also play Winter League ball?
Yeah.
Like, is that not also a chance for them to get hurt? I mean, why is that not a problem? But WBC is, right?
It's the thing that we were talking about yesterday, which was so for all the people that are listening, Shinjiro and I both played baseball growing up until the high school level, and I was commenting to him, like, it's crazy to think that you spent all this time when you're younger playing, school, little league, rotating that way, a travel team if you're in,
or summer
if you
league,
really kind of push yourself, summer leagues, there isn't a time.
Yeah, there was so many.
Yeah, there isn't a time when you're not playing baseball, and then all of a sudden you get to the majors and you're like, oh, I'm gonna take this is my summer vacation. Like,
yeah. Well, additionally too,
really.
like, I think I also mentioned that, like, also back then there was a lot of, when we were younger, especially, a lot of people played multiple sports.
Yeah.
Guys would go play basketball or football in the winter when baseball wasn't on, or whatever else. So that's definitely another wrinkle that gets added. Someone asked the chat, what's the name of these hosts? Well, we have Shinjiro and Callie Drifter. These are the two of us. I'm Shinjiro. And
I'm Callie.
The other yapper is Kelly Drifter. Yeah. But yeah, that's it's interesting to see that kind of mentality change. Like you said, like once you're in the bigs, it's like, oh, all I do is baseball, but only for this time of the year, you know.
Yeah.
But conversely, I think I brought this up on one of our other videos, and I talked about everyone wants to know what's causing pitcher injuries to ramp up, right? And one idea was bought by former Dodger legend Alex Wood. We love you, Woody, wherever you're at right now. I think he
Mhm.
retired, right? Um,
Yeah.
and he had, of course, like a lot of different theories. It's the max velo is part of it. The emphasis on spin is part of it, but also his interesting point, which I didn't really think about, the pitch clock's a small part of this too, is the downtime, right? So before, or traditionally, I mean, even we were playing, we weren't good enough to experience this, but I know I had friends who made it to the minors. And this is how it was for them too. It's like once you're off in the off season, you ain't doing anything baseball related. You're just
Yeah.
resting. You might do some workouts, but you're not pitching, right? Specifically.
Yeah.
But in this current era, we see guys as soon as the season's over, they might take a week or two to rest, and then it's off to these academies or pitch doctors, right?
Hmm.
And they're just working, 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 working. So their body never gets that recovery time. Now, he was looping it into the pitch clock, which is again, I somewhat agree. Sometimes you need to step off the mound and take that breather. If you just grooved 7 fastballs on a dude who keeps fouling them off, you're gassed. I don't care who you
Yeah.
are. Especially trying to get him with like your max effort fastball. You're throwing a four seamer 95 plus. That's as fast as you can go. You're like, yeah, you need that second to step off, gather yourself, you'll catch your wind. Pitch clock prevents that. See, with pickoffs, you can't pick off so many times. You used to do that just to give yourself a minute, right?
Yeah.
And catcher meetings too are limited because before the catchers were good would notice, okay, looking a little gas. Let me go out and talk to him for 30 seconds. And the catcher will come up to you and
Hmm.
be like, hey, so, what do you want to eat after the game? Like, there's nothing, there's no strategy. It was more just to give you
Yeah.
time. Or the manager would come out just to give you that second to either calm down, if you're getting amped up, or to give you a little bit of rest. Um,
For sure.
so I think that's definitely an aspect that needs to be looked into. I don't think the pitch clock's that huge of a part of it because they're also not batting anymore.
Mhm.
Let me tell you, batting having to lead off after pitching sucked, or
Oh
vice
yeah.
versa. You're still on base, they get out, you're like crap. You got to run in, you know, get your glove on and get back on the mound, and you have like 5 warm up tosses. All right, we're good. You're
Yeah.
you're out in the sun. It's hot.
Wish I, I wish I would have struck out.
Yeah, pretty much. Like sometimes you're like I just like I don't want to get on base. I don't want to get on base.
Yeah.
So I totally get it. I mean, and I think that applies to all the players really. We see a lot of them going to like driveline and other things during the off season, working out, right? And I think it was who was it said to? I don't think it was Alex. Someone else said this too. It's like in the old days, you used to go into spring training to get into shape to get ready for the season. So now guys come into spring training in shape already,
Oh yeah.
which I mean, good for them. They're putting in the work, but
Yeah.
you need the rest, right? Your arm only has so many pitches in it. Your legs only got so many sprints in them. Father
Yeah.
time's undefeated, right?
Damn you, Father Time.
And there's a theory. I think it was Dan Patrick or one of the guys talked about like um, it was his theory that players who played multiple sports through like high school and college tend to be less injury prone. I don't know if that's true or not, but I like the idea. It's because you're not only pitching, for example, in baseball. You're also
Yeah.
playing
I think.
basketball. You're also playing football or whatever.
Yeah. I think. I mean, just being around that because we definitely had uh like our third baseman in high school was
Hmm.
also the quarterback
Oh,
um in the fall, so he was barely ever injured. I mean, he did have to take time off to start getting ready, like if especially if we went deep
hmm.
into the playoffs. But he was not like our shortstop would actually get hurt more than he did,
Oh,
and he was only a one. He only played baseball.
ah, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I didn't play with too many guys that did well. I mean, outside of like middle school, right? Once you got to like high school, you're more serious about sports. Middle school, everyone played everything, right?
Yeah.
I didn't too many guys, but I do know guys on other teams, and including my friend who did make it to the minors. He did play baseball and basketball, so he was a two-sport athlete, and I don't, yeah, even in his minor league career, he never really got hurt. Um, Granted, he didn't throw Max Velo either. He was a pitcher, but he was a submariner, so he was always
Ah.
he was always a little wacky. But yeah, I don't think I don't remember him really being injured. That I mean, you know, he gets aches and pains like we all do, but
Mhm.
I don't remember him ever having his shoulder explode or anything like happened to me.
Right.
But yeah, we'll see. I mean, that's
Yeah, it's part
someone's
of the
gonna figure
game.
out eventually. There's way too much money invested, you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, especially now with these contracts, it's kind of crazy. Like,
Oh yeah, and they're
I think.
guaranteed. This isn't football. They're like, sorry, you've been
Yeah,
hurt
I
too
think.
much. We're gonna cut you. You know, which sucks to me. That I hate that of football.
Yeah, which is funny because like it's gonna be definitely a topic of discussion in the labor meetings,
For
but
football or for baseball or for both.
not for baseball.
Yeah, for sure. Because you
um,
know the teams
because
don't
of that.
want guaranteed contracts anymore,
Hmm.
but there's no way in hell the union's giving that up.
Yeah, and they're not giving up freaking what they called.
Salary cap.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not gonna happen.
yeah. And why would they? Right? Why would I
Right.
limit my ability to make money? I get that
So
it's only like a dozen players in the league who will ever have the opportunity, but why would you take that away?
yeah, and I don't think, on the same kind of front, I don't think the managers would remove their ability to extend payment of those contracts out 30 years if they can.
Yeah, deferrals are a
So
funny thing
the
because
bills are gonna
Otani's
stay,
contract, as crazy as it is really brought deferrals to the forefront of discussion. Like everyone just forgot about Bobby Bonilla Day, right?
right?
Granted, that was for a different reason. That was because of oh god, who was that Ponzi guy who took all their money?
Oh, Bernie Sanders. No,
No, not
Bernie.
Bernie
Yeah, Bernie
Sanders.
Sanders.
Bernie
No,
Madoff. Yeah,
Bernie Madoff. That's the one.
no, Bernie
I mean,
Sanders would
Bernie
not
Sanders
sign.
is kind
Yeah,
of the
Bernie Sanders is
same.
the opposite. He's a socialist.
Yeah, he'll distribute the money
Yeah,
evenly, not
exactly.
give it to Bobby Bonilla.
Everyone gets money from Bernie Sanders. No, but Otani's a special case because it was Otani who presented that idea because he's like, look, I make this money already. He's
Yeah.
making more than that in endorsements, and plus, you know, the Angels broke him. And I say this as an Angels fan. We both are, right?
Hmm.
The Angels broke him because it's not that they weren't spending money; they just weren't good at it. They could have spent more. They could have done better.
Oh yeah.
He was surrounded by nobody except for I don't know. Like Trout was had his moments, but he was still injured a lot. You know,
Yeah.
back in the pool holes, Rendon who played 18 games total or whatever the hell, like some obscene number for the Angels, right?
Yeah.
And it's just one contract after another that never worked out. And so, you know, his mentality is like, look, I'm not, I want the money, but I want to win now, right?
Yeah.
And people act like the Dodgers were slam dunk. I kind of want to say that, but at the same time, he offered that contract to multiple teams. And
Hmm.
I think where the Dodgers won it, again, is because of the Angels. Because with Tyler Skaggs and Pujols and all these reports coming out about how I guess you want to say ineffective and kind of dysfunctional their medical and training staff is,
Hmm.
he's probably like, yeah, I don't want to deal with that again. And
Yeah.
you
Well, I
know,
mean, he was there in the height of the. I mean, if anybody out there was following the Skaggs case, I mean, there's
yeah,
a lot that came out about their clubhouse and how immature it
yeah,
is. Um, and Otani's definitely not. I mean, I mean, I hate to put the comparison because we're always comparing current Dodgers to past Dodgers.
yeah,
Otani's our Gibson.
yeah,
Like he's the fucking dude to the grind, like nose to the grindstone guy that is there to work and win, and that causes like that infects everybody else. Not
yeah,
not that they're not there to win, but if you have a lot of immature guys, that starts to creep itself in, and then nobody's taking it seriously because like, hey, like the dude that's supposed to be our captain is paying this other dude 10 grand to be a jackass.
yeah. Well, then
So
the Angels too. If you look during their Tony era, it's like you had a lot of guys who were like 1 year contracts, 2 year
mhm,
contracts. A lot of guys are washed up
that's what he
guys.
did.
They can pick up the trash heap, and they people like wonder why the farm season is so depleted because they promote everybody in a hurry.
Yeah,
You got guys starting pitchers there who are 19 years old, 20 years
yeah.
old.
That dude last year that was
Yeah,
like 2 weeks out from high school, I think.
yeah, and
Yeah, it was
so
crazy. That was
that's
crazy.
that's not going to create a stable veteran clubhouse. After
No.
clubhouse is guys who have barely played Major League Baseball in their lives or are journeymen. You know,
Yeah.
so the
But yeah, I
cohesiveness
mean,
is
if
never going to be there.
yeah, if you look at the dudes that are actually making an impact right now, those guys were in it longer than you know than a lot of other
Yeah,
uh, a lot of their other prospects like Zach
hmm
Neto
yeah.
and Ohapi. Like they were there, they were grinding
Well, Hoppy was
in
a
the minors
trade.
for a little
Did they
while.
trade for him?
Yeah.
He wasn't originally in their system, but they traded for him as a minor leaguer, I think, right? I want to
He still
say.
spent. I mean, he
Yeah, but
still
he
spent. I
spent
think a
almost entire
year
his
or
career with
two.
them so far, right? So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's I don't know. I don't know what's gonna take to fix the Angels. Artie is definitely part of the problem. I don't think he's the only problem. I
Mhm.
think Perry has to take a lot of heat for this too. Perry Manassian.
Yeah.
Artie's kind of the one who bears the brunt of it, but Perry definitely has made some really bonehead decisions, right? He kind of reminds me of Ned Coletti, but without any of the success.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Coletti was hamstrung though. He wasn't doing this on purpose during his tenure.
Yeah. I mean, he did pretty good with what he had.
He drafted well.
Yeah. Like really good.
Yeah, he was. That's where Kershaw came from. That's where a lot of those guys, Matt Kemp, and they're all from him and Fred Clare, right? Great at drafting,
Yeah.
but the signing of superstars until recently was never a Dodgers forte.
Oh no.
They always got them too late or on the downturn. I think Gibson was the only guy who really worked out right? For a long time. Gibson, and even then he wasn't Dodger for that long. You know,
Yeah.
but we remember Del Strawberry of the Dodgers. We remember even ones we love like Juan Uribe on the Dodgers.
I mean, Eric
Eric
Davis.
Davis, Brett
Eddie
Butler
Murray was
kind
kind
of
of
worked out.
middling.
Eddie Murray, yeah, he
Hmm.
was he was terrible. Wasn't terrible. But there was a lot of ones who were like, yeah, this like Nomar famously, right?
Hmm.
Hey, we got Garcia Parra. It's like, yeah, but he's like 36, you know,
Right. Yeah. Like it'd be cool if he was still in the American League.
right?
We could use him as that, but having him on the field is kind of it's a little sus.
Yeah, right. So it was an interesting perspective to look at now, how they're grabbing the free agents. No, they set themselves up for this by having the financial capability and the chips to trade away, that they could absorb these kinds of contracts, right? Or,
Oh, for
or
sure.
or trade for these guys because they have plenty of dues to deal, and they're still ranked, I think, what number 2 farm system this year, number 1 depending who you ask, which is crazy.
Yeah, I think it's just dependent.
So yeah, it's
Well, I think that they don't vote on it until March or April,
well, not only that, but
or no,
like the
not
lists
even.
that come out now are like 2 guys writing it. That's
Yeah.
kind of the
Well,
weird
yeah,
thing. Yeah.
but my like I still think it's kind of funny that the organizations like the ranking or whatever, the
Oh yeah,
voting
yeah,
for that ranking, it's just the GM, it's the teams.
yeah.
Like,
Well, because they know because they're
yeah,
trying to poach each other's
it's right. Or they're trying to sub like
prospects.
they're trying to sink somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
Dodgers every year. Damn it.
Yeah.
No, Josue, don't leave me.
Yeah, right. Well, let's move on to our
Dodger of
Dodger,
the day.
our Dodger of the chat, and then we call it extra innings, so it'll be Dodger chat, and then we can just talk too, right?
Yeah.
Since we got cut side, we always for those who are listening who know us, they know we get sidetracked a lot, so it happens. Um, so here we go for the first chat we've ever run. We gotta go with Dodger retired number 1, Mr. Harold Henry Pee Wee Reese.
We
Admittedly, way before our time.
it's like way
Way, he was playing before our parents were born, potentially. I think my dad was alive, but
Uh,
not in any age to watch baseball.
when he played,
Last year was
let me
58.
see. Oh yeah, no, my parents weren't born yet.
Yeah, I think my dad was born, but he was like 2 or 3. Anyways, uh, obviously most famous for playing in Brooklyn. He did, unlike Jackie, he did actually get to play in LA for 1 year. Jackie
Hmm.
retired when they came to LA because I don't know. I don't remember the whole story. Famously, the story is that they were going to trade him to the Giants and he retired instead.
Yeah, that's literally it. Right before the move, they told him, "Hey, you're not gonna come with us. You're going up to San Francisco." And he said, "The heck I am," and he
Right?
retired.
I just realized there's a typo, maybe. So he played till 1958, but this is 1959 World Series champion. I have to double check because I got that off Baseball Reference. I have to double check that. That's kind of weird. Um, Pee Wee is interesting for Dodger fans, especially younger ones, because honestly, before the movie 42 came out, I don't think people remembered him at all.
Mhm.
We just knew he was a retired number. His name's easily rememberable because he's Pee Wee, right?
Yeah.
Um, but I don't think, kind of like Duke Snyder, no one remembers him. They know the number's retired, but they don't really remember that he was that great of a player. But I think the movie 42 kind of brought him back to limelight because the whole like his friendship with Jackie Robinson. Now it is embellished in the movie. Historians have said as much, but it is true that they were very close, and so that's kind of his brought him up. But you look at his
Mhm.
stats beyond that. There's a reason he's a Hall of Famer, right?
Yeah.
2,000 hits, 126 home runs doesn't sound great, but he's not a big dude. You know,
Mhm.
career batting average 269. Great fielder by all accounts. You don't become a 10-time All Star by accident, right?
Very
considering he
true.
considering he spent 3 years off to fight in the war, so who knows what kinds of stats he would have accumulated. Same with Ted Williams, right? A lot of those guys in that era left to fight in World War II, so you will never know what his stats would have ended up being.
Yeah, with their
Um,
true stats. Good.
yeah, but definitely Dodger legend. We're very happy. I'm very happy that he's numbers is retired. Um,
Mhm.
it is interesting that he had to wait till 1984 to make the Hall of Fame. So it did take a while.
Yeah.
28 years.
What would were the rules were the rules different though back then? Were they able to continuously be voted on
I
until?
think that's what I want to. I think that was still the case where you kind of just stay on the ballot forever until you fall off. Like you never got zero. I think is what it was, right?
Mhm.
You get nothing, then you fall off, and I think he never got to that point. Um, I'm just glad he made it in. Now we have the Veterans Committee voting people in, so it's a little different.
Yeah.
There's still lots of baseball players out there, I think, who deserve that nod. Um, for Dodgers, of course, you know me. One of my favorites is Maury Wills. I would love to see him get the Hall of Fame one day. Now, granted, he is questionably in the Hall of Very Good, especially by modern player standards. But what he's still 162 bases in a year or some craziness like that,
Yeah. Back when it was like triple digits.
or 62 bases in a year. Yeah, so it's something stupid.
Yeah.
It was like something dumb. Um, but he was knocked down. Maury was not Pee Wee. Pee Wee was clean for having run-ins with the nose candy. Not uncommon in that era, though. I will point out he wasn't the only one.
Mm.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, it was in your drinks back then.
Yeah,
So
but he was, and he said this. Some writers from the era also pointed this out that they corroborated this that he was targeted specifically for whatever reasons. He was also not very friendly to the media,
mhm.
so he made the perfect target, right? He's a little feisty. I mean, even in his later years with the Dodgers, like as a contributor and like a coach, you can still sense that feistiness in him. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
this goes back to our previous slide with Kyle Tucker and them. Speaking of Maury Wills, the reason why Kyle Tucker was not able to keep number 30 is because that's currently Dave Roberts' number.
Yep.
And Dave Roberts did not want to give that number up, or apparently Kyle Tucker didn't even try to ask. He kind of mentioned it, but he knew it was going to happen. Dave wears that number in honor of Maury Wills. Maury Wills was number 30 for his entire career. Um, Dave Roberts was his protege when Dave was a young buck in the Dodgers system and learning
Yep.
how to steal bases. And they maintained a tight relationship until Maury's death, where Doc says that Maury told him, um, "When I die, I hope you're the last person to wear that number for the Dodgers." And so Dave's like, "No, I'm not giving this up," and I respect that. I
Yeah.
totally get it. Maury's not retired. I think the only retired non-Hall of Fame players right now is it only Fernando?
Fern- it's only Fernando right
Only
now.
Fernando, yeah. So Earl's not retired either. He was 54?
55.
55,
Oral.
sorry. Yeah, Earl's
Yeah.
55, that's right. Um, again, hot take, Earl's got a better shot at the Hall of Fame than Fernando. If you just go by
Yeah.
stats.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Yes. Kind of to go back a little bit. That 59 season, he was a coach on the team. That's how he got
Oh,
his
okay,
second
okay. So that's what it was. Okay.
World Series with the Dodgers. He's also a little bit of trivia here for everyone out there. He's also the only he's the let me read this right. He's the no other non-Yankee ball player has appeared in as many World Series for the same team as he has.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet. That's
Yeah.
actually an
I
awesome
think
stat.
yeah, which I think is 7 but like the why he's 1-7 for World Series appearances though.
Yeah. But 55 was
Uh,
that? That's the only Brooklyn World Series, right? 55.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we
Yep.
have it up there.
Yep.
Hello, Steven.
Hey, we actually have people chatting. I was surprised. But
Yeah.
yeah. So, man, you know what? You picked up for me that Don Drysdale card at Frankensons, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking to myself, it's like, you know what? I've always wanted vintage cards, but I'm always terrified of them because there were so many fakes,
Hmm.
and I'm just not knowledgeable enough to differentiate them. So, you know what? When I was doing this, putting this together, this little thing for Pee Reese, I was like, you know what? I would love to get a Pee Wee card. And then I started looking at the graded ones. Like, yeah, it might be a while before I pick one of those up.
Are they that expensive?
There are some that are really up there. There's a couple, twos and threes that are, $100 or more.
Oh,
Um,
dang.
but yeah, there's some primo cards for him. A lot of cards in that era, because that's the beginning of modern baseball cards. So
Oh, that's yeah.
and he's well known, right? He's famous, especially after the movie 42. So
Yeah. Well, yeah, more so now because of that than
yeah.
his actual playing. But man, oh, there's a great 355 Bowman on there right now for 65.
Well, that's
Go
not
pick it up.
bad. Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
it's the one in like the little TV set.
Oh, yeah.
It's not PSA if that matters. I know it doesn't matter to you, but
No.
sometimes like for authentication purposes, I'll
Well, as
defer to
long
PSA
as
or
long well,
Beckett.
or Beckett, yeah, I'll say Beckett, PSA, SGC, like the big dogs you want for authentication purposes.
Yeah.
Um, Not so much. Oh, speaking of which, did you see? So remember, we didn't go to the game because I think we went to the Otani bobblehead game like 2 days after, so we didn't think about going. Remember they did a One Piece collab game last season with the Dodgers, and they
Yeah,
were
and
giving out
that
that.
card is like $1,500 now, I think.
Well,
It's
there's a
crazy.
bunch of people that were posting about it, saying that a lot of theirs are coming back as fakes,
Oh, wow.
and a lot of it,
SGC.
yeah, it's a highly faked card, that Luffy card,
Yeah,
and
it's a go ahead and finish and then I'll ask you the question because
oh
there's a
no,
question in the
what was your
chat.
question?
Is SGC still considered better than PSA for vintage?
Generally speaking, I believe that to still be the case, um, especially with authentication. SEC has always kind of specialized more in vintage than PSA did. The only problem with SGC right now, or not really SGC's problem, is how most people just want PSA or nothing, right? So
Yeah,
SGC cards tend to not maybe get looked at as hard as PSA cards
yeah.
as
Well,
far as
well,
the,
yeah. I
the
mean,
secondary market. Um,
yeah.
but like as far as the reliability of their authentication, I still believe it's still SGC is probably the best
Yeah.
vintage authenticator. Beckett's
I
probably
think
toe to toe with PSA in that.
yeah, I think it's a little bit muddy now. Like if we're talking about collecting SGC, like prior to anything that was graded in 2024 when PSA actually bought them,
Yeah,
then yes.
yeah,
But
that's true.
now we don't know who's getting what cards to grade.
Yeah, that's true.
So anything current SGC, I would just say it's probably somebody from PSA grading it still, unless they have specific people that are only grading vintage.
Yeah, which they used to.
Yeah,
So that's why they were kind of like the go-to. But it's kind of crazy too because you used to always be able to trust a slab, but there's so much information coming out and people getting cards that are fakes, slabbed fake cards. You know, because people are able to
yeah,
reprint the
that's
labels. Like
crazy.
that guy in remember the guy in Florida who was gonna get busted and then he unalived himself.
Hmm.
I mean, he sold hundreds of fake PSA slabs.
He was it was more the fact that he was auto penning the autographs too.
No, but he was
but
printing out the
but
PSA
yeah, he was
labels and everything.
yeah.
And I mean, someone pointed out like you should have been suspicious when you noticed that he had like three like Joe DiMaggio PSA cards with the exact same serial number.
Right. But yeah, that thing with the PSA fakes is kind of crazy too. Like just because like they have the they have the QR code, they have the serial number on there. So you have to like really look at them and hope that it's the actual one that's in their system.
Well, ironically, for vintage, it's actually a little easier to make sure it's the correct card because a lot of them, in our range of collecting, you're going to look, especially from that age, 50s, 60s, you're going to look at a lot of threes, fours, and fives, right? So they all have some sort of damage that makes them identifiable. So you would double check to make sure that you go online and check the listing to make sure that crease is still there
Yeah.
or that bent
Yeah, I mean
corner
yeah,
matches. So that in a weird way, the damage cards are
yeah,
easier
it's
to verify.
yeah, right? Yeah, you can verify your own your own items by pictures and stuff like that. What's also good too is that because of that whole thing happening with the PSA slabs, um, people are not gonna send them in to be reslabbed as PSAs.
Yeah,
Like I know that they do that sometimes for older PSA stuff that doesn't have the QR code
yeah.
and doesn't have the serial numbers on it and stuff. Um, so if you find, hopefully, you're not running into fake SGC slabs out there. I would say keep that, you know, the old adage of if it's too good to be true, it
It
might
prob-
just be.
yeah, right. It probably is. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a
It's a
wacky
wild
world.
time for collecting. Greed is rampant at all levels, from the producers, the manufacturers, down to the resellers and everything else. So it's definitely, and people are more sophisticated than ever before. It's not guys printing cards on inkjet printers anymore, to fake a Mickey
Oh, for
Mantle
sure.
card. So and it's not just baseball cards. Baseball cards actually is probably honestly the bottom end, but not quite as prevalent as Pokemon right now
Yeah.
when it comes to fakes and
Well,
scams.
I think it's also like it's it's something that's becoming like this because of scalpers, right? Like
Yeah,
the only product I can get is slab cards. Okay, I'm gonna fake the slab and the card that's in there.
yeah,
And people are just hoarding them, which is good. That I think it's still the Pokemon company that prints out those the Pokemon stuff,
yeah,
and they're just like, yeah, we're done with scalpers. We're just gonna flip the market.
yeah, which is
They're like,
awesome.
no, F it.
Right?
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
for us, what we found out is because we opened some of the whole life original card game boosters, right?
Hmm.
They're flooding the market too, which is unusual for Weiss. For Bushy Road and Weiss cards, typically they do one run and that's it. But they're
Yeah.
doing reprints of the whole life cards, which is awesome because I'd rather them be available and accessible than be valuable, right?
Yeah.
They're still valuable. Don't get me wrong. Like
Yeah.
our friend Fish wants that Suisse auto, and it's still $800
It haunts him.
all day, right?
Yeah, that thing is crazy.
I finally saw a silver one out there, which is the second print.
The second print.
It's
Yeah.
still like $500 or $700. So it's still they're still holding value, but you can still find boxes, right? So if you actually
Yeah.
want to play the game, or you just like opening boxes and you don't feel like spending $600 on one card, there you go. You know, it's good for them. You know, so I'm gonna go ahead and click over to our parting. I mean, we'll still talk, but this is our final slide. Death by PowerPoint. Everyone can enjoy. We always end something funny. Get it, Dave.
Go Dave. Go
It's your
Dave.
birthday. But yeah, I don't know. This is fun. We're gonna keep trying to do these chats. I think. Are we gonna try it weekly? I think we were gonna try, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Schedule dependent, of course. For anyone who was in chat, thank you very much. We weren't expecting anyone to actually show up. To have two people show up was a shocker.
Right. Yeah. Thanks, Rocky. Thanks, Steven.
Yeah, and then also people who watch this later, whatever, shoot us a comment, feedback, things you want to see, want to hear us talk about, what have you. We're welcome to hear it because we're always looking for ideas. You know, like I said before, things to open.
Yeah.
Obligatory. Please like and subscribe. Blah 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 blah. Also follow us on Instagram because we post stuff on there all the time. Mostly updates, or sometimes we go out and do stuff. Like we'll be at a Dodger game, we'll be at Frank and Sons, you know, looking for things to buy, you know, and open. Might be a car
Right.
show. You never know. Oh, that's something else I was thinking about. Like,
Hmm.
should I buy those muscle car cards?
I think they. I mean, they look pretty cool.
Like $35 a box, you know?
Undoubtedly, yeah.
Not as cheap as those Looney Tune cars, which that video's coming up. So everyone look forward to that one. That was fun.
That was a fun. That was a fun break. It was a long break because there was 40 packs in there.
I think we counted it was like 480 cards.
Yeah, it's something crazy.
It was some crazy amount. Yeah, 40 packs of whatever. However many
It was like
videos.
It was like a
12 cards each.
2-hour.
Yeah.
It was like a 2-hour video.
Well, we sped up after a while because like we can't sit here and read every single one of these comics.
Yeah.
But actually, I think I'm gonna try to pick up the other releases because some of them do have actual baseball players on them, which is cool.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're gonna do that. I'll go back to our slideshow of cards. But yeah, this is fun. Hope to do it again, or we'll keep doing this. Hope to get more people to kind of follow us and follow along. Let us know what's going on. You know, give us some chats. There's my Maury card just popped up on the screen. Love you, Maury. And your Teddy auto too popped up.
Yeah, yeah. That one's dope.
Oh, I love that card.
That was crazy opening.
I think there was also a Billy Martin auto in that set. Sorry, Billy Marlin, not Billy Martin. Marlin.
Yeah, Billy Marlin. Yeah. Yeah. Apparently, I think there might even be a Dinger in that set too.
No, he was in a different set. I remember looking.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, his auto was in some other random set. Wasn't Wacky Pie, it was something else completely. That he popped up. I forget which one it was. There are Dinger autos out there. So
we gotta search.
Yeah, we gotta keep scouring for more weird stuff to open. Okay, well, I think that was fun.
Yeah, that's cool.
Thanks
for joining us, guys.
Over an hour here. Yeah, so thanks everyone for watching. Again, like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. Send us some comments, some information, some feedback. We'd love to hear it.
Yeah, I'm Cali Drifter, and he's Shinjiro. In case you guys joined in late.
Yep.
I don't. It might be a little hard to distinguish our voices, but he's got the way deeper voice. And I'm just a little.
In the future, when we're still very much a work in progress. So for those who are unaware, um, I'm slowly learning. I was a graphic designer in a past life. Our little avatars will eventually be not motion capture, but they will be live avatars. And so we will essentially be VTubing
Oh
about
yeah.
baseball cards, and baseball, and whatever else. It's gonna be
Life.
crazy. It's gonna be fun. But
Definitely. It'll be a fight club.
yeah, we're doing this on our own though. So if anyone's watching who knows how to rig and do live TV stuff and wants to either teach us or help us, hit us up. It helps me a lot faster than me, spending a couple hours a week trying to learn this on my own.
Yeah. But hey, I mean, we always love to learn and grow.
Yeah,
So,
I mean we've done what we've done so far on our own, and we think we've done okay so far.
yep.
We're always improving, always trying new stuff.
Yeah. And we would love to hear from you guys if you really want to, let us know. Especially even if it's that we suck ass.
We already know that though, so
Yeah.
tell us
I
why
think
we
it just,
suck though. Don't say that we suck.
yes.
Like, be specific.
Little information. You rambled at the end. Yes, we yap.
We
Okay, I'm
ramble all the
sorry.
time. We have a video
Yeah.
that's 3 hours long, but with only like an hour of actual card opening because we started rambling.
That was so good though.
The yappening, I think you named it. Yeah,
Yeah, the yapping. That's such a good video.
it is. It really was.
and
Oh
and
man.
if you crave the violence, there's one of myself stabbing myself.
Oh yeah, with our little katana letter opener. You're waving it around like a
Yeah.
maniac, and you poke
So,
yourself. Oh, another thing too. Like if
hmm,
those who have watched our videos will notice we always have something sitting and spinning in the background. Usually a bobblehead, something related to the rip, right?
yeah.
We had like a Christmas tree for the holiday rips. We have all kinds of random stuff. We had the carp sake bottle for NPB. Um, if you have suggestions for that too, let us know. We're using what we have lying around my house essentially between the two of us. Bobbleheads
Yeah.
and collectibles and whatever else. Random figures and things. But if you guys have suggestions that seem kind of fun to see, we'll look into it, right? Like there may be things that are related that we're not thinking about.
Oh, for sure.
You know,
Yeah, especially different types of product. Like if you guys really want to see us open football, we'll go out and buy football.
we
Like
may
it's
eventually, anyways, because we're both football
yeah.
fans. So I just don't know enough about the product to know and it's not cheap either.
No, that's the thing is that it's kind of expensive too.
Yeah, we might have to go vintage for that or junk era
Yeah.
when
Oh
when
no,
both our
not
teams were
again.
terrible.
Huzzah.
Pull these old players like, oh, oh, like,
Right?
not even fondly remembering, like, oh god. And a little hint on who my team is, like, oh, Bubby Brister.
What the fuck? Tommy Maddox. No.
Oh, you know what Tommy Rocks reminded me of though?
Mm.
I still have to get those XFL cards.
Oh yeah, we did see those at Frankensons, didn't we?
I looked online; they're actually cheaper at Frankensons. That one booth.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
He's about 10
Oh,
bucks cheaper than all the sold listings on eBay.
okay. We're gonna have to make
Have to
another
give them a run.
pilgrimage there soon then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have to get some more of those random junk wax packs too, and a bunch of other stuff we picked up
No,
there.
not
Yep.
the junk wax packs. All the junk.
All the junk.
Give
We
it to
love junk.
me.
Yep. We're junkies.
Oh God.
All
Wow.
right. Well, it's been fun.
Yeah.
I thought this would be a short one, but we continue to yap. So yeah, we're like an hour 20. Thanks
Hey,
everyone.
I mean, it's almost exactly an hour because we did start a little bit late.
Yeah, there was a little technical snafu in the beginning, which is normal for us.
But yeah, you'll come to learn it to love it.
We weren't 20 minutes late though. It was like 3 minutes.
No, it was only it wasn't like super bad, but I mean, at least we're keeping it over
Yeah.
just a little over an hour, and
And
it's
then
not.
if you guys want to shoot us a comment or you'll catch us on Discords. We're both on the Yellow Brick Road Card Club Discord, and we're on the Kingdom Discord for breaks, right?
Yeah.
If you have suggestions for us for topics, we have some in our head, obviously. Um, some may have to be their own show. Like you and me talked about doing a discussion on, are we in a junk wax era 2.0, right?
Yeah.
That could be an hour-long conversation in itself.
Yeah, we'll
Or
definitely have like a collecting chat portion of the cast just to kind of get that out of our systems too. But so maybe it'll be like butt up with the what video we shot, because that's going to be, I think, like usually our first topic, I would say. Well, we still have to
yeah,
decide on it.
first or
But
second. Yeah, we haven't decided yet. I think we'll always talk about the video of the week, and then we'll probably talk some baseball, and then what other topic we think of. We could talk about does pineapple belong on pizza? Okay, maybe not that controversial. that might be a bridge too far.
Callie says yes, but
I'm with you. If it's delicious, it's fine.
right,
Pizza's just a
a
vehicle,
little sweet, a little savory.
right?
It gets you there.
It's Canadian
Perfect.
anyways,
True. Right? Damn Canada.
right?
And your delicious pizza topped with maple syrup.
I mean, we can't say anything. We're from California, the birthplace of barbecue chicken pizza,
Barbecue chicken, yeah.
but it's delicious, right? Barbecue chicken pizza is amazing.
It is. It really is. The
Now,
first time you have it, you're like, what? And then you're like, oh,
yes, I need this in my life, right?
damn you, damn you, Wolfgang.
Now, what I recommend to people who are either pro or against Hawaiian pizza, right? There's a place I mean who makes this, and it's actually I've seen it in other places now that are actually Hawaiian restaurants that make Hawaiian pizza, and they have the best combination, which is I think I got some for you at one time, which is instead
Oh,
of Canadian bacon and pineapple, it was Kahlua pork and mango with sriracha.
oh,
That was amazing.
yeah. That's good.
That's an
That's good stuff
amazing
right there.
combination. Yeah,
Yeah. This one time I was in Mexico and they had there was a pizza there. They called it Mexican pizza, which was
funny.
already a little off-putting because you're in Mexico, right? And you're like, did you guys really call it that? And then it was like super Mexican. It had like beans
Oh,
and it had beans, carne asada, and jalapenos on it.
I mean, that sounds delicious.
So it was delicious.
It's
Don't
essentially
get me
open faced
wrong.
torta.
Yeah, but they should have named it something other than Mexican
Yeah,
pizza.
that's true. That's true.
Especially for Americans, you're like, oh, Mexican pizza. Maybe it's like the one at Taco Bell. It's
That's
like
us
two
thinking the same
tostadas,
thing,
and you're
right? Yeah,
like,
it's a tostada,
oh
right?
hell no, it's an actual pizza.
Now wait till we go to Japan, and then I'll introduce you to Japanese pizza toppings, which sound really off, but honestly are pretty delicious. My favorite combination. Bear with me on this one. Just think about this, right?
Yeah,
Tuna and corn.
tuna and corn.
Mhm.
Mm. I mean, is it like the sweet? It's like it's got the sweetness on the corn, right?
And it's canned tuna.
Yeah, that I mean that
It's actually delicious with
it
cheese.
shouldn't be too bad. Yeah,
Yeah, it's really good.
because I mean that's essentially it's basically like a tuna melt,
Yeah.
but with corn.
hmm And the
Yeah,
corn gives you that little crunch and a little sweetness. It's really, really good. It sounds weird, but it's delicious. Don't knock it till you try it.
so good.
All right,
All
we,
right,
we,
so
we, we say
I think food talk. Yeah, we've
yeah,
gone too far
yeah.
with the
We've gone
food
too
talk.
far
So
off the rails. All right,
thanks for joining us, guys.
thank you, everyone. Everyone have a great evening.
Okay.
Sorry, East Coasters, but we're West Coasters, and we try to do this after work, so it's always probably gonna be around 8 o'clock for our time. So
Yeah,
too late for you, but you can watch it later on.
yeah, for sure. Like it'll be in the videos somewhere.
It'll be up there. Yep. Thanks,
Yeah.
everyone.
So
We will catch you next
have a
time.
good day. Later.
That was fun. I knew we were. I felt like fuck. We're gonna run over. I know we're gonna run over.